Meadows, don't you? Bunch of gnats out here.
The players do too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they love it. It's their favorite.
What is it about that ritual every year bringing them out here?
Well, look, it's just lumpy. It's just not perfect. It's just no shade. It's just a little bit tougher mentally, and but it's good. It's just a part of what we do and part of our preparation of the team, mentally and physically, and just kind of old school a little bit. That's what we always say: live modern, train old, and that's what we're doing right now. So we'll be out here. We'll either be here or in the stadium the rest of the way.
Coach, you had a chance to look at the film from the scrimmage. What were some of the things that jumped out to you?
Well, kind of what I said the other day. Offensively, got out to a good start. Defensively, wasn't very good, and then it kind of flipped. And I thought the defense settled down. Offense kind of lost their stinger a little bit. Defensively, we got a ways to go. Not ways to go. We got a bunch of guys that are playing hard. Just way too many mistakes. Just not winning football right now. But that's what. Like I told you, that's what Saturday was about. Let's stick a thermometer in there. Let's see where we are. Some guys we got to turn the heat up on. Some guys we're right on schedule. Some guys I need to turn it down a little bit. I don't want to overcook it. So that's kind of where we are. Just that I needed to get an assessment, and we did, and we spent Saturday night and Sunday teaching, a lot of teaching, a lot of correcting, because guys need to see it. They need to see what they've got to improve on, and then they got to be coachable. They got to take ownership. So we were so far from winning football Saturday, it's not even funny. Just again, we're repping a lot of guys. We got a few guys here and there that are out, but nowhere near game ready. But effort was fine and all that, but just way too many mistakes, sloppy football. And so tomorrow is a big day for us. Tomorrow is all situations. Some things that we got to make sure we get enough. It's not a long day, but we got a lot of situations to cover. Probably about 35 plays script in with each group, situation stuff to get on tape, live work, and we'll come back tomorrow night with a jog through, and then Wednesday, continue our installation, and then on Thursday have another big scrimmage, and that'll be our last full, all-out scrimmage. So it's a big week for us. We got a lot of installation that we got to continue to get in things, for the big picture, but we need to get better. We got to grow our team this week, and we got to get into this next scrimmage, and then we got to start making a few decisions. And then Friday, we'll come in here and kind of lighten the load a little bit, and then we'll give them Saturday and Sunday. Everybody just rest, recover, recharge. Come in here Monday, and it's game prep time. So it's a big week.
How's Xavier Thomas been in camp, and is there any separation with those five defensive ends?
No, not really. They're all just they're all doing some things really well, and they're all doing other things not so well. I do like the group. It's a really good group, and right now our strengths in numbers, but nobody's just taken it and said, hey, I'm the guy, and so that's just, but they're young. That's just where we are. Got a lot to do, and some of it may go to games. I would say right now all five of those guys will play. There's no doubt all five are gonna play on game day, and it may take the games before we really kind of see some separation, but just too many mistakes. We're just not complete. Some guy, okay, this guy's pass rushing good, but he's not playing good on first down. We need complete players, and so we're not a complete package there right now. Again, like the guys, like what we got, but we got to get better. And the same thing inside. Same thing. We're not anywhere near where we need to be a championship caliber team up front right now.
You said one of the things you want to see from Trevor is using his legs more to extend plays, to pass the ball downfield. Have you seen that? Did you see it on Saturday?
Oh yeah, he's fast, man. He's fat. He's bigger, stronger, faster, for sure. And he's done a nice job. He's got a good feel in the pocket. He's dangerous when he scrambles a little bit. He's very, and we've worked hard on that. That's one thing that we've really put a big emphasis on in camp was our scramble drill. And really challenging our receivers, our backs, our tight ends, what happens in a scramble situation, because sometimes that's where your biggest plays come. And when you got a guy like Trevor who can make any throw on the field, that is a problem. And so we've got to be able to take advantage of some of those opportunities when they present themselves, and he's done a nice job to this point.
Starting to see any separation at tight end, or some guys, 2 or 3 that you think we can go one
Yeah,
with?
JC right now is clearly, our guy. He's veteran. He's done a nice job. He really has. He graded well the other day. Had one big catch on 3rd down. It was a nice big 3rd down conversion, and he's been steady. The next guy right now is Luke Price. Luke is he's tough, man. Y'all remember Phillip? He's a lot like his brother. He's just a winner, He's a guy that's just gotten better and better. And we moved him in the spring, so he's worked hard since the spring. But he's strong. He's one of the strongest kids we got on the team, and he's done a nice job. So he's really settled in nicely. J.L. Banks is another guy. He's kind of a niche guy, but definitely brings a few things to the table. And then we just got Jalen back today. So Jalen was in green today, so I'm hopeful they'll let him get back in the scrimmage tomorrow. But he's much improved, but he missed the scrimmage the other day, so but he's coming. And then we're all kind of keeping our fingers crossed that when Davis is put back into practice that he's mentally able to function, because I think physically he's a guy that could be a factor when we do get him back. But JC's really done a nice job. He's trying to lead. He's working hard. He's been very coachable. He's caught the ball well. So they've been solid.
With a young defensive line, it's nice to have a secondary that you said could be the best.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No doubt. We're gonna it's a situation where we might have to create some pressure. And so when you have to create pressure, you've got to be able to cover. So I like the guys that we have. I don't think we can just sit there in a 4-man front, right out of the gate and just create pressure. We had the luxury of that, so we might have to do a few more things with some zone pressures and also some blitzes. And when you do that, you got to be able to cover long enough to help those guys get there. So I love our guys. I'm very confident in the guys on the back. Love our safeties. I think we got 4 ballers at safety. I love the 4 guys we got, and I really like the corner group. DK hadn't even been out here. They ran him hard today, so hopefully maybe he'll be able to. If he's not out there tomorrow, he'll be back in the scrimmage on Thursday. But so he hadn't even been out here the last several days. So I love that group. They're all getting better. We're not consistent enough. I'd say the same thing about that DN group. We're making too many mistakes with our eyes and sometimes with our alignments, but they're coming, and they've got the right mindset at corner. I really like what I'm seeing there. So I think on the back end, we got a lot to work with. Some of those young guys are really coming on nicely, giving us a little depth. When it's all said and done, I think we'll be fine. We got to get Jake back. Not having Jake out here and not having Balin out here has I think limited us a little bit, because Jake's a baller. Jake can play, man. He's going to be a factor for us. And same with Balin. And both of them have had some hamstrings, so they're close. So if they're not out there tomorrow, I think both will be back Thursday as well, and that's going to help us. Now the flip side of that is we've been able to get some of the young guys a lot of work, and that's been a positive. But Mike Jones has done a nice job, and we got a good group.
Do you have any of those true freshmen that you think, they will have worn the red shirt?
And got it, for sure. Faux show. Yeah, we got a few. That's one of the things we got to make some decisions on. Frank's another guy that, even though he's out for a couple of weeks, but he'll be back, and he's definitely a guy that has shown he can help us win. But we got a bunch of guys. It's a big week. Get through this scrimmage and then kind of see where they are mentally and physically, and then we'll start making some decisions. Guys that are definitely going to play, guys that are definitely going to try to hold, and then guys that are kind of on the bubble. We got to still figure out. So that's kind of how we go about it. And I kind of do it myself, and then we kind of meet, and I like to see where we all are, if we're all on the same page and how we're thinking. And then nowadays with the redshirt rule, they're all going to play. So they're all going to play. they're all going to play at least four games. So that's a real positive and something that I think will benefit this team, because some of those guys last year did get some, they're not going to be overwhelmed first time they run in a game because they have done it before.
Right.
So I think that will help us when it comes game time, as opposed to just a typical guy that hadn't gotten a game yet. It's been a while since he's played. So I love that rule, and so they'll all play at some point, at least 4 games. Or even if it's just getting them in on a special team here or there. I thought we did a good job of managing that last year, and something we'll try to do again this year.
Is Tyler Davis one of those guys?
Yeah, Tyler will definitely play, no doubt.
With these scrimmages, as you mentioned, y'all don't get any preseason games. I guess, how do you ensure that these 2 scrimmages are enough to have you ready?
Well, it's just all you got. It's all you can do, I mean, we try to. Now just like today. I mean, we did some end of the game, milk the clock type of stuff live. We did some team passing. I mean, so we mix it in little pockets in practice, but it's just, it's just you just can't. You got to be smart, and there's just only so much live work that you can do, and this is what it is. But it's a model that we've used for a decade around here, and we've been pretty successful. So I certainly believe in what we do and how we get ready. But it's just all you got. For me, it's frustrating because every time somebody grabs an ankle, it's one of my guys. So I've always like, I would just love to scrimmage somebody else. Just have a controlled scrimmage. We're the only level of football who doesn't do that. And plus just familiarity. I'd love to just have some unfamiliarity, but that's just where we are. So we just have to do the best we can. And we're very fortunate because we got really good people on both sides of the ball. And I mean, you better bring it. I mean, we're very lucky that way. That's really one of our keys to success. I mean, there's a lot of programs out there that maybe they're great on offense and they stink on defense, or maybe they're great on defense and they stink on offense. And then they get to game day and it's like, holy cow, because they can't simulate a high level. Whereas, you don't show up out here, you get exposed. So that's a big blessing for us as a program. It's something that has served us well. And so, we just put them in those competitive situations, and these guys, they like to compete. And, it's 2 weeks out. I don't really like to do much more than that. Again, although we'll have full speed, inside, team pass, all that, but just true live scrimmage type work, that's about it. We'll do the Beanie Bowl that Friday, full pads, all kind of mock game, but we'll stay up. Then it's get to the games, get them to the park.
How would you describe Ngata as a receiver?
Special. He's as hard a worker as I've ever been around, senior included. I've never had a senior harder worker. I mean, he is one of the most focused, one of the most committed young people I have ever seen. It's just amazing to watch him work. Loves to be coached, loves to learn. He's a sponge. He loves to soak up knowledge, and then he applies it. He's special.
I know you've been working Amari in yellow. What do you think the odds are he'll play in the Texas A&M game, if not the opener?
Amari?
Amari.
Oh no, 0. He won't be ready for either of them. He's we're hopeful he'll be ready. Sometime maybe late September, or definitely early October. But he's ahead of schedule, doing great. But I don't see him ready for either of them.
You mentioned Ngata. Does he remind you of any of the guys who've come through over the years?
Not really. I don't know that I've had one like him. He's maybe a faster, more athletic Kevin Youngblood. But just that big, strong, but faster, more athletic, and just unbelievable work ethic. I mean, he's a very unique guy.
With the depth of safety or any of those guys working in the corner or anywhere else?
Safeties? No, they're all safety. A couple of them are working some nickel stuff, and then just got what we got at corner.
Did you know you were getting that in Ngata, or did it take a little while for?
I knew this spring when I started coaching him. You know, I mean, he's pretty a lot like Justin. You know, pretty easy to see. Frank too. You know, pretty easy to see early that okay, these guys are ready. And so it's. And we've played him in the boundary. We played him. He's learned both 9 and 2 man, and he's got a chance to really help us. And Frank got hurt because he was having a great camp too. But like I said, he'll be back. And but yeah, I saw pretty quick in the spring that this guy's wired unlike your typical freshman, mentally and physically. So got a bright future. Bright future.
Jeff mentioned the other day Justin only playing one play against Texas A&M. Is Ngata a guy that mentally will be ready, you think, that early?
No question. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt.
Talking about him alternating between the two. Is that what's come out part of how serious he is as a worker? Like the ability to grasp it?
Yeah. I mean, he just learned everything this spring, carried it into the summer, and you know, he's proven he can handle it. So we've been working him at all 9-man here since Frank got hurt, and you know they've done a little of both, but it's been good. I mean, he can play either spot. He can play the slot. He'd be a great slot. He's just one of those guys that can play all 3 positions. Long, technically is very advanced. I mean, he's going to be a great player.
Is there a particular moment with Ngata that really opened your eyes to where you want to be after?
First day of practice when I got to coach him. And great ones that don't take long. It don't take long to see it when they're ready and ahead of the curve. So, you know, really right out of the gate, I could tell that he was way ahead of the typical freshman progression.
Even though he's a rookie, has he been helping any of the other receivers?
Oh yeah, he's just a great kid, man. He's just a very selfless young man. He's a servant leader, and you know, he just goes to work. But great teammate. He's pushing everybody out here. You know, it's good to see.
All right.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, appreciate it.